kind of been ongoing. Have you guys found any, have you reached any new points or found solutions that have worked so far?
Well, for the first day and first session, we divided in two groups to study. One of the group was concerned with the practical issues concerning the IDPs and the refugees, where they are, what are their needs and priorities, ways to help, to whom we should contact, and how we are. We are going to create a kind of a network to follow up. But as you know, things is changing in this matter. That we have an increased number of the IDPs, of the people also leaving Iraq to Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan. An increase in the needs. It's different. And the second group studied more issues relating to culture and identity, where we are going, how we are going to receive and welcome the refugees, the environment, how to keep the identity, the issue of homeland, to develop this kind of relationship between these two groups, knowing that it's too early, because until now things is not settled to know exactly how to plan. Everything is changing, but still we would like to respond to the immediate needs of the refugees, which is shelter, health, education, and some other materials issues, provided that we would be assuring for them the spiritual and pastoral care that's needed.
And so for you in Erbil, what does that look like right now on the ground, I guess?
In Erbil, we are in a situation safe, although we have our borders with ISIS, Daesh, of 1,070 kilometers. The welcoming attitude of the Kurdish government was really one of the big help which was given to the Christian refugees and the Yazidis. We have in Kurdistan some 1,800,000 refugees. As for Christians, we have in the diocese 10,300 families who left Mosul and Nineveh Plain. Unfortunately, some 3,000 families left since last year, and we are working with the bishops who also are IDPs now from Mosul, with their priests and sisters, to ensure the spiritual and pastoral care. And we are working with different Catholic aid agencies and churches to secure the material needs, food and shelter and health and education.
It might seem kind of like maybe too broad of a question, but is there a kind of a pastoral plan in place, I guess, to care for, I guess, internally displaced, but also those who have gone to other places? I guess, what does the pastoral plan look like?
For me, my plan is how to help the Christian families who decided to stay and live with dignity. That's my big concern. And all the plan, to be honest, I cannot tell anyone to stay. There are hundreds of reasons which encourage people to leave. There is no one reason. There is no one reason to really urge them and help them to stay. But we hope and we have faith that this community would stay. And please God would be strengthened by the prayers that's been receiving, also by the help that we got from different churches. So my plan is how to help those families to stay and live with dignity. Not more than this. But for the refugees as well, the bishops in Lebanon, Bishop is doing his best really to care for the refugees, also to convince them in a way to stay around Middle East. Once they are close to Middle East, for example in Erbil, it will be easier for them to move back again to Nineveh Plain and Mosul. Turkey, Jordan, Lebanon, but once they leave Middle East, it will be the end of the story. So that's the plan of the Chaldean Church. How really to help families to stay, not to force them, not to speak, just to be with them, and even trying to help them with the material needs and spiritual and pastoral needs that they really want at this difficult time.
And do you see kind of in the attitude of people changing? I remember kind of when we spoke with a lot of people last year when a lot of the violence was just starting, there's a great sense of hopelessness. And would you say that that's kind of still the feeling, or has that changed?
Today, if you offer a visa to all the refugees, they will take it. But we know that some of them would leave with tears. Not everyone would like really to leave, because during the time when there was a possibility to go, they prefer to stay. I would say, despite the difficulties, there would be some people who would like to stay. Yes, it would be very hard for us to go back again to Mosul, as it is now, and probably even if it will be liberated, we need some time. But to Nineveh Plain and its villages, yes, still people would like really to go back and rebuild life. It would be difficult. It's not really an easy choice. The commitment and risk is high, especially when you have this kind of broken trust between the communities. But I think the mission of the church and of the Christians is to stay and build bridges. And we've done it before. I think we will be able to do it again.